Yeah, people say I live for my kids, I'm here working to support my kids. But what if your kids don't turn out to be shit? You got two kids. That's not a high odds. Then who did you really live for? What if you had not had the kids? How long did you know that you were going to live for kids? When you were 14, 24, 34? It's a hijacking. You've been robbed. Your life has been taken. There's a history that was written not by man, and there's a history that was written by man. It's hard to meld the two. One goes one way, the other goes the other way. They don't go like that. They go like that. To blend the traditional life of staying militant in all aspects of life so that your kids can have more, it's a fool's game. My mama, she gave up a long time ago. She said, when y'all turn 18, then basically we're strangers. And look how I turned out. Don't you see how awesome this room is? But who needs the most help? Who needs the most help? Besides me. Who needs the most help? It's the young women. It's not the young men. And I hope no one take that as, can I show my nipple? No one take that as Vidal hates the women. It's just we have more to lose if the women are not successful. We have more to lose if the women are not successful. But why are the women not successful? Because they don't know if they want to be a hoe or not. Because some of them are born whores. And they trying to take that whoredom, switch it into something else. Some of them are born something else and trying to take it and switch it into whoredom. That's the issue. And they all afraid to be hoes. Hoes get the worst name that they've ever gotten in any kind of history. Why? It's because it's like that. Now, were whores loved in the biblical sense? Yes. Who doesn't love a whore? There was a time where the whores were celebrated. Now, and I've suffered victim to this as well. Now we don't love no hoes. Rap came out, said can't love these hoes. That's where we went wrong. So now a whore is born every 5 seconds. She's feeling rejected and abandoned. She never finds the tools and the capacity and the leadership to be a proper whore and to be a contributing whore to society. She ruins a man or two. Society down the drain. Down the drain. It's always best to assume a man is a whore. It's always been that way. It's always been that way. Even in the biblical times, it was best to assume a man was a whore. It was best to assume the disciples were whores. It's best to assume a man is a whore. Now it's so frowned upon. Men used to die by the flocks from being whores. Women, women always had some protection of themselves. Men used to die by the flocks, tons, from all their whorish natures. It would be known that a man would die of his whoredom long before he died of his whoredom. This used to be with the gays. It would be known that the gays would die faster because of the AIDS. That would be a common thing. I don't know if everybody knows about that. Do you guys remember when to be gay was known as to have AIDS, was known as to die early? Being a whore was always known to die early. But that's been co-opted. It used to be live fast, die young. But that's been co-opted. The boxes are too rigid now. When the boxes are too rigid, things shake and break loose. Boxes fly open. The time, you'd never know what's going to happen. It's spontaneous, erratic, and erotic, and a few things. How do we get past this? I love what David Icke says. He says, you don't look for a solution to the problem. You look for a cause to the problem. What's the cause? The world's in a backwards trance of who the whores are. That's one of the causes. The whores are not identified as the whores that they are. When you start to identify the whores for who they are, you sound like a religious person. You sound like a person that, is living back in time, back in the day. Those women should cover up, it sounds like. But no, to identify a whore is the most modern thing. It's something that will stand the test of time. Socrates, Plato, whoredom. John Mark Luke whores. The king and the queen, whores. The princess, whore. The president, whore. Your mother. No. My mother. Not my mother. So where does that leave us? I was talking about some other people. Where does that leave you and I? It leaves us forgetting about the history of things. Lil Wayne says it perfectly. He says, "What's up, killer man? Stop bringing up my past." It leaves us that way. Do we have a choice? I've seen the man that says, "Look at my 22 grandchildren." I've seen that man. I worked with him side by side. He had a car, he had a house, he had 22 grandchildren. What had he done? He'd fucked a lot, and his kids had fucked a lot. What was he thinking inside of his head? Something about work. Peace.